I can see that travelling with the seasons is pretty important when living on the road. You're at the mercy of the elements all the time. And I think that we've finally caught up with our preferred seasons now. And I have faith that this moment brings a new story of warmth and sunshine.
All right, let's get this puppy clean. All right, I'll get some points.
Living out of the van is filled with freedom, spontaneity, and connection with nature. But I've learned that weather can make or break the experience. When we started this journey, we left Sydney in the middle of winter and were welcomed to some very frosty nights. While there are elements of this that I enjoyed, a little bit of sun certainly helps, both for our happiness and the more pragmatic parts of van life. I find it also helps to create a more positive association with whatever town we might be in at that time. And this week, it was the beautiful Agnes water and 1770. But with summer also brings
So many bugs. Oh my God, there's so many bugs outside.
So before I left Sydney, I grabbed all of this material here, which was actually left over from a bit of decoration at our wedding, and thought it might be useful to create some kind of like bug netting that is fine enough to keep even the smallest of midges out. And I think it's time to start putting it together because a few days ago I got absolutely decimated by sandflies. I'm not in a good place. So I want to keep every bitey thing out of this van as much as I possibly can. That rhymes. My happy place is when I'm creating stuff. It almost doesn't matter what it is. If my hands are busy, I'm content. It's both the process of creation that's like a meditation to me and the actual fulfillment of producing something with my own two hands. I'm not saying everything I make is good, but it sure is satisfying. My theory for these bug nets is that if I sew enough magnets into the hem of the fabric, it will hold up around the perimeter of the doors. You can buy professionally made netting that hold with magnets, but they cost about $200 a door. So I'm hoping I can use the same concept but slap it together in a very handmade way. Time will tell if they actually function the way that I need them to. Of course, another method for keeping the bugs at bay is to enjoy another beautiful campfire, and I'm not complaining about that. This is it. Oh my God, we're here.
The butterfly trail.
We're at the butterfly trail. We just did a cool, what was it, maybe 2 kilometre detour to find the butterfly trail. Yeah, no, that's fine. Anyway, this morning we have taken ourselves out to the little town of 1770. We've heard about some wonderful little trails out this way. One of them called the Butterfly Track. We've seen a couple of butterflies, but I don't know whether we've necessarily found the butterfly track just yet. But also it's really close to crystal clear blue water, and I am super excited to go swimming in there today because it's finally warmed up. Like, it feels like summer. We skipped the end of winter. It's great.
Must be the whole thing, hey?
It must be.
Maybe the cat.
This is a beautiful little spot, but there's another one that's more remote that I'm kind of interested in checking out. Yeah, there's a second beach access just around the headland there. Maybe another kilometre from here. As it turns out, there isn't anything specifically called the Butterfly Trail, only a reference to a number of butterflies that can be spotted along the matrix of walks around the headland of 1770. We explored every inch of these trails, basking in the good weather and working up an appetite for a clear, and cold water swim. We were so enamored by this place that we've decided to come back with some lunch and stay for the day. This right here is exactly why this day has become my favourite on the road. Spontaneous cookouts on the beach and our home less than 800 metres away. Absolute perfection.
Looking like a lot of mushrooms. There's a lot of mushrooms though. A lot of people. Well, we do. Yum, yum. Look at that.
Macadamia, white chocolate, and mocha raspberry. I'm being a bit of a princess and sitting back tonight because I got really frustrated with the fire making and trying to cook the dinner. It was too hot and I was too flustered, so Rowan has taken care of it. It looks good. Give way, like I can see anything. We got a full tank of water too, so it's pushing us downhill. One thing to note about our modern day reliance on Google Maps is that it cannot be trusted. It always assumes that the shortest distance is the quickest route, but once again we're proving that wrong today. I have learnt to expect this now, but I still get a little frustrated each time. Today we're blessed with a single lane, windy mountain road, followed by a whole lot of dirt track, with complimentary cattle grates of course. It's totally fine unless you're listening to your 3.5 ton home rattle and shake all the way. A 1 hour drive quickly turns into 3. Van life for me really is about chasing that feeling of freedom. I've never felt anything like this before, with the ability to wake up in a new landscape and follow the road wherever it leads. The landscape here is often wild and unforgiving, no matter how prepared you might think you are. I'm sure that we will continue to learn the tricks of keeping ourselves safe from Australia's notorious weather extremes. As we settle into our spot at the Bonnydale Bush Camp, another one of Queensland's free camping gems, we can really feel the relentlessness of the sun. I feel like I'm trying to slowly build up my tolerance to discomfort and acclimatise after spending a lifetime in climate control. Don't get me wrong, I do my fair share of complaining in the moment, but there's a quiet part of me that knows that my efforts are helping me to rewild my soul. Next week, we keep on with our journey along the Queensland coast, and we actually decide to leave the van life behind for a few days to explore tropical island paradise. So I hope to see you there.